Former Banban Mayor Alice Go is found guilty of qualified trafficking over the alleged criminal activities discovered in an illegal Philippine offshore gaming operator hub in her town. Speaking to reporters on Thursday, November 20, Deputy State Prosecutor Olivia Torrevillas says the trial court convicted Go and 7 of her 15 other co-accused. Torrevillas says the entire compound of Baofu Land Development Incorporated is also forfeited in favor of the government.
Finally, after more than 1 year, napakabilis po ng korte. Binigay sa atin yung favorable decision. So, convicted po si Alice and yung pong other 7 accused. Life sentence po and forfeited po ang entire Baofu compound in favor of the government.
According to the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, the court sentenced Go and 3 others to reclusion perpetua and imposed a 2 million peso fine. The 3 others are Rachel Carrion, Jamelyn Cruz, and Walter Wong Rong.
It is something symbolic para sa bansa to. What we thought before as parang imposible, ngayon napatunayan natin that sa pagkakaisa ng bawat ahensya, pagtutulungan, and with all the dedication and sincerity, nothing is impossible. Ang masasabi ko lang with this victory, it is not just a victory for the government, but a victory for the victims, for the community, and pati na rin sa ibang bansa. Makikita natin kasi ibang biktima ay may mga foreigners.
The Pasig City Regional Trial Court Branch 167 also ordered Go's immediate transfer from the Pasig City Jail to the Correctional Institute for Women in Mandaluyong City. Go, along with her 15 co-accused, did not appear in person during the promulgation of the decision on Thursday and attended only via video conference. Earlier in May, the Pasig Court denied her motions for leave to file a demurrer to evidence. The case against the dismissed mayor stemmed from a complaint filed by the Philippine National Police and PAOK following a raid last year on the Pogo operated by Zun Yuan Technology. The Pogo was located on a property owned by Baofu. Go was implicated through her leasing company Baofu, which rented out spaces to Zun Yuan. The Department of Justice previously said Go was charged with violating a provision of the Expanded Anti-Trafficking in Persons Act of 2022. The law penalizes persons who organize, provide financial support, or direct other persons to commit acts of trafficking. Ombudsman Boying Remulla says contractor couple Curly and Sara Discaya may become the next individuals linked to the multi-billion peso flood control projects to face the Sandiganbayan. In a press conference on Wednesday, November 19, Remulla says criminal charges against the Discayas are set for resolution. He says there are a total of 9 cases undergoing preliminary investigation. He adds that some other cases have already wrapped up the preliminary investigation, such as those of the Discaya couple. Ombudsman investigators are also preparing to conclude their fact-finding probe into senators' involvement in the flood control scandal. Remulla's office filed graft and malversation through falsification charges against former Ako Bicol Representative Zaldi Co and 17 others over the substandard 289.5 million peso river dike construction in Nauhan Oriental, Mindoro. Others named in the charges include Department of Public Works and Highways officials in Mimaropa and Board of Directors of contractor Sunwest Corporation. According to Remulla, the Discaya couple may also face malversation and plunder charges depending on the amount involved. He says cases against the Discayas could be filed as early as Friday, November 21 or sometime next week. Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon has filed at least 2 graft and malversation complaints against Sara Discaya alone for faulty infrastructure projects in Bulacan and Davao Occidental. Remulla also says that while no senators were named in the Ombudsman's preliminary investigation, investigators are now preparing to summon them. At least 2 incumbent senators, namely Jinggoy Estrada and Joel Villanueva, were included in referrals made by the Independent Commission for Infrastructure to the Ombudsman for their alleged roles in the flood control projects. Estrada and Villanueva have denied the allegations. While the Bahasa Luneta 2.0 anti-corruption protest on November 30 is open to the public, organizers say supporters of President Bobo Marcos or those calling for Vice President Sara Duterte to assume the presidency will not be welcome. In a press conference of the Sandiganbayan kontra Corakot, Bagong Alyansa Makabayan Chairperson Teddy Casiño says that all those who are angry at corruption and seek accountability from everyone involved are welcome. He notes that those not allowed at Luneta on November 30 are those defending Marcos and those pushing for Duterte's presidency. Kilusang Bayan kontra Corakot also organized the first Bahasa Luneta rally last September 21, condemning corruption and demanding accountability from those involved in widespread irregularities in the government. Casiño says simultaneous protests will be held nationwide by various sectors. Before the main program begins at 9 a.m. at Luneta Park, different groups are expected to march towards the venue. When asked what organizers would do if participants arrive with messages deemed unwelcome, Taong Bayan Ayaw sa Magnanakaw at Abusado Network Alliance convener David San Juan says such individuals are unlikely to show up. He says if they do show up and their chance to disrupt the program or incite others, their marshals may escort them out to prevent any trouble. When asked about the group's plans to prevent possible threats or hostilities, Casiño says they conducted marshalling and discussions with those involved in a riot last September 21. Casiño adds that he sees no recurrence of the violence in the upcoming rally, urging the police not to be violent. Numerous protests have been held in various parts of the country to condemn corruption within the government, which has implicated several public officials and employees. Congress has launched investigations into the fiasco of government infrastructure projects, with some cases having been filed against those who allegedly got kickbacks from the projects.